The Last of Us has taken a major leap forward by its casting of Abby, and the choice of actor is a brilliant way of accentuating her character's story from the games. Although there are still other parts that need casting, the show has many of its main characters in place and ready to go for The Last of Us Season 2. Abby has a familiar backstory in the games, and the actor set to play her brings more to the role than just her acting prowess. Airing in 2023, The Last of Us Season 1 ran for 9 episodes. The ending of The Last of Us Episode 9 also marked the same narrative endpoint as the game of the same name. As such, The Last of Us Season 2 is likely to follow the structure of the second game, The Last of Us Part 2. The second game introduces many new characters, including Abby Anderson, as it chronicles their respective journeys through an apocalyptic wasteland. Existing fans of the show may notice some parallels between Abby and another character from The Last of Us, and Abby's casting will contribute to those shared facets. Abby's The Last of Us casting reinforces the similarities between Ellie and Abby. Caitlin Dever looks like the original Ellie from The Last of Us games. Caitlin Dever has been cast to play Abby Anderson in The Last of Us Season 2, meaning she will play opposite Bella Ramsey's Ellie and the rest of the show's cast. Although she has been cast as Abby, Dever bears a striking resemblance to the original version of Ellie from the original The Last of Us game. When the first season of the show was being cast, Dever was many fans' preferred option to play Ellie due to the physical similarities she bore to the character. Instead, Dever has been cast as arguably The Last of Us Season 2's most important character. The actor's vital role as Abby in The Last of Us Season 2 will complement the show very well. Ellie and Abby's stories in The Last of Us are eerily similar, with both characters suffering an incredible amount of loss. Dever's resemblance to Ellie from the games makes her comparison to Abby even more lucid, enhancing the prominence of their trauma. Why Abby's Ellie parallels will be so important for The Last of Us Season 2. The similarities between Abby and Ellie are an integral part of the story. Bella Ramsey looking bored as Ellie in The Last of Us. Despite the parallels between Ellie and Abby within the story of the second game, Abby is initially presented as the villain. As the game progresses, it becomes more obvious that Abby's actions are fueled by hardships that are very similar to those of Ellie's. As such, the line between good and evil becomes incredibly blurred, and this is a big part of what makes the narrative so compelling. Carrying this storytelling device over to The Last of Us Season 2 is a must, and Dever's resemblance to the original Ellie could actually make the dynamic between the two characters even more effective. It's easy in the game to initially perceive Abby as a textbook antagonist, but seeing elements of Ellie in Abby's face as she carries out her heinous actions in the show will make certain fans less quick to judge her. As a result, Caitlin Dever's casting as Abby in The Last of Us Season 2 will elevate a story that's already been told very well in the games.